Josh Taylor, Tiafimo. Well,
Lomachenko is the best.
Wow. No.
I think Crawford's the best.
What's all the fuss about this guy?
I think Cattrall's in a different league to Taylor.
Unless it's a mega fight.
Because I was like,
He'd be one scary man.
Canelo's still there for what they've done.
He seems to be getting better and better, Devin Haney.
I think after the fight that happens, hopefully in February, we can make that judgment.
In the UK.
Yeah.
Mega fight.
Okay, welcome to the Genuine Fake BoxCast with super special guest Simon.
This is getting more and more. This is super special.
You've got to build up. So today we're going to talk about a fight that's just recently happened. Devin Haney versus Regis Prograis.
Good fight.
Yeah.
Good fight.
Well, I think the first round was competitive.
It was a good fight on paper.
Yeah. Well, I think it was a good display, and Prograis didn't give up. But I think Haney's the first round I gave to Prograis, although it was basically a 50-50, you could give it 10-10. I think it wasn't one way or the other, and then every other round I gave to Haney.
Yeah,
and obviously there was a knockdown as well, so it was a 10-8. So it was a bit one way.
Yeah, you got your Regis Prograis who's world class, and then you got your Devin Haney who's elite. And he is elite.
Well, I think we already knew that. It was whether his size would carry up. Although I think he was always big.
Yeah,
but
I mean,
and I think the power question was there. But he looked a lot. In my opinion, he looked a lot better at this weight than he did in the lower down.
Yeah,
140
and I
than
think
135.
he can go on and move up weight as well.
Well, they were saying that, isn't it, to 147 and stuff. I'm not sure. Well, I think we need to fight a bit more at 140 because we need to see a bit more if he's got any power, because there's some of those boxers that just keep coming forward. I think for all his tappy.
I think he's got the power. I think what he's got is extreme discipline.
Yeah, because he didn't go in all the way for...
I mean, he had Prograis a good few times, but...
just stuck to the game plan.
Yeah, which...
But does that make it less entertaining for the neutral viewers or the
he's got to find a bit of a...
Because you got to sell tickets, you got to make it entertaining as well, isn't it?
Any other elite fighter had Prograis in trouble like that.
Would have had him out today. Yeah.
And it's all well and good being super disciplined. It's fantastic, but it can get you into trouble if you don't take that guy out. If you go up, Prograis is a puncher. If you go up against someone who's a puncher for a full 12 rounds, it can get you in trouble.
Out of anywhere. Yeah.
So I think if you get your man hurt like he had him hurt.
It's a thought that run through my mind. Is this going to come back and haunt him? Because if he gets caught by the other guy, then is there going to be a problem? Do you think that was because he was afraid of getting hit like that? Or is it's his first fight at this weight, isn't it?
Yeah, it's his first fight.
Is it just acclimatizing, just saying, I've got a game plan, I'm going to stick to it?
I just think that it was, I stick to my game plan no matter what. And
I'm going to win on points. And
he always has done that. He always has stuck to his game plan, to be fair. His jab and his body shots are just beautiful.
Well, I think he's learned a little bit from fighting Lomachenko, because there was some improvements in a little bit of some of his angles and things were a little bit better.
I think he's got a fantastic team around him.
Yeah.
Make a game plan for him, and he sticks to it, and I don't think it's let him down yet.
Yeah. He still lost to Lomachenko.
He never lost to Lomachenko.
He lost to Lomachenko.
For God's sake. Here we go again.
But that's no bad thing, because Lomachenko is the best.
He won.
No. He got the decision. Let's put it like that. He didn't win the fight. But it was a close fight. I think to be that close to Lomachenko is a achievement in itself.
I just think...
But I think he looked a little bit off, because I think that weight is a bit too low for him. I think at 140 he looked more natural.
I think he can...
Because he didn't look out of place.
He can step up and he can really move on now.
Well, who's left at 140?
Well, I think from what I'm hearing...
should be able to clear that out, isn't it?
Is Ryan Garcia next, possibly, because they're both with Eddie Hearn. Should be an easy fight to make.
And he'll sell, so it's still promoted. Garcia
You've
has quite a lot of fans.
Jack Cattrall, Richardson Hitchinson, that guy who was on the undercard, Praro. He had a fantastic win against Montana Love. Mm-hmm. Josh Taylor, Tiafimo.
think Teofimo would be one because Teofimo can win.
It's whether Teofimo fights.
But I think Haney's got more skill to keep him at bay.
There's a lot of big fights out there for him, but say he fights Ryan Garcia, beats him easily.
Do you think he beats him easily?
Yeah, I think he does, Ryan Garcia, I've said this to you the other week, he reminds me of Amir Khan.
Mm-hmm.
He's got everything, but if he gets clipped, he's getting knocked out. And that's why he's a great fighter to watch. He's a great fighter to watch. It'll be an interesting clash of styles, Haney Garcia, because Garcia, I'd say he's just as quick as Devin Haney.
Yeah.
I think Devin Haney's got better footwork.
I think positionally he's a bit more.
He's got much better footwork.
Because that was going to be my point. I think Garcia's quick and has got the hand speed and everything as well. I think Haney wins, but I think it's a point on a closer than it won't be. It won't be what he did to Prograis.
I think Haney knocks him out.
Maybe.
I think he's a little bit.
I think if he does that, then I think it's making a bit of a statement.
Makes a huge statement. And then jump up to middleweight and fight Terence Crawford.
And get battered. Although Crawford will probably be about 30 or 40 by then. So
yeah. No, he's got a lot of.
I think against Teofimo. I mean, I'm not a fan of Teofimo because obviously I don't like his decision against Lomachenko. But I think Teofimo was a little bit light at 135 as well.
Yeah,
I think he has got the power and punching power. And even if there's a few of his fights where I watched where he's being outgunned and outboxed, but then he pulls a punch out of somewhere and he has got that finishing capability.
I mean,
I think that's a closer fight than what people would think on his things. Because I think Kambosos bamboozled him because it was the wrong style, and I think he was having trouble cutting weight.
I mean,
I think against Haney at that weight,
Kambosos will put his name in there, but it's not.
Kambosos isn't that level.
No,
I think Kambosos needs to do 135 and have a go with those.
I think
Tank.
I mean,
he's smaller, isn't he?
If you look at the top 10,
mm-hmm.
which on, I suppose it's box rec, isn't it? That we should go on really. Junior welterweight, you got Teofimo Lopez, Matisse, Romero, and Haney. You've got some good British fighters there that can.
Well, Cattrall, I think, has got a shout.
You've got,
he's impressed.
Cattrall. Although I think Cattrall should be. See Garcia, Maxie Hughes, he's in the top 10.
The rating is Teofimo Lopez number 1, Josh Taylor number 2, Devin Haney number 3.
How did he put Josh Taylor at number 2?
Yeah.
It just blows my mind.
Hasn't Lopez already beat Taylor?
Yeah.
Yeah. Cattrall beat Taylor.
Well,
irrespective of the decision.
Yeah, he actually did beat him.
I would have Cattrall there higher. I think, Lopez, because he's a natural at that weight.
I think that the problem with Jack Cattrall is he's in that band of the who needs him.
Yeah. The thing is, he's a dangerous
person
dangerous. In that band.
He's not a massive
You've got
name.
no advantage of fighting him, but you've got everything to lose.
He's not a massive name in the States.
Mm-hmm.
So.
Well, that's why I think Taylor keeps getting up, because he's got the name and he was. But I think Cattrall's in a different league to Taylor. I think he's a few divisions
I think
above.
Jack Cattrall needs to fight Josh Taylor again. Get that fight out the way. I think Haney fight Garcia next, then go for Lopez.
Yeah.
But then you got the lightweights moving up. Shakur Stevenson, they could move up.
Well, I think he'd fight them afterwards, because somebody needs to sort out that lightweight division, doesn't he? So because there's a gap in that. So whether Lomachenko comes back, Shakur fights him.
Mate,
I think that's the fight Shakur makes.
You've got to get over that Lomachenko's had his day.
It doesn't matter. He's going to win. He's going to be undisputed.
He's too old and he's done.
He's too injured.
I'll fight Lomachenko now and beat him. He's done. You've just got to get over it. I know you love him, but he's gone.
He's going to be back.
That's it. He's done. No, but I mean, Prograis still got some fights out there, because he's a good fighter. Prograis, he just got made to look really average. and he's better than that. He is better than an average fighter.
Well, I think he's more a fighter than a boxer, and he's the power. And I think Haney's just, he's one of those elite level boxers.
Yeah, he's superb, Haney. And I like Prograis afterwards, and he just said, this guy is really, really good. There was no excuses. He just went, he's superb. And Prograis.
But would you said Prograis better than Lopez?
You don't know, Lopez is weird though, isn't he? Because you just don't know what you're going to get with Lopez.
Well, the thing with Lopez is, I think he has got some boxing ability. On that showing, I would say he's got more boxing ability than Prograis, but he's also got the power. And he's weird. He can be losing on points of boxing skill, and he can catch you.
But I mean,
the only thing is that one Kambosos did to him. Haney did it to Kambosos, so you're like two levels.
No, I think the problem with Lopez is his dedication to boxing. I don't think he's got the dedication, and I might be wrong, and but I don't think he has got the dedication that, unless it's a mega fight. And I think he prices himself.
I think for Haney, then he will be.
Yeah.
In it. He knows
but no, I think
fight.
he prices himself out of fights as well. I think he's expecting 10 million a fight, and he's not worth 10 million a fight. He doesn't sell out anywhere.
I think his own vision of himself and his father's vision of himself is more than what in reality it is. Then they expect more. Yeah, because he cheated and won. They got cheated and won at the Undisputed, which he didn't deserve.
He didn't win
at that
on the
level.
Undisputed.
He didn't win that, did he? And Kambosos is only in the shout because of the same thing. The only one out of them who actually deserves to be at that table is Haney.
Yeah. Forget Georgie Campos. Georgie Campos has lost to Maxie Hughes as well. So
yeah. And we have a video on that.
Yeah.
Just in case you want to watch.
Kambosos is out of there. Like I say, the danger man is Jack Catterall.
Yeah.
In all honesty, but he's that.
I could see him beating all of the rest of them.
He's a boring fighter, Jack Catterall, and I don't mean that in a negative way.
But so is Haney to a degree, although he stepped it up a bit.
Yeah, and I just think, and I can see what everyone's,
and that's why Lopez gets a bit because I don't think he knows what he's doing.
Eddie Hearn hasn't even mentioned that Jack Catterall with Devin Haney because I think he knows it's a bore fest fight.
Yeah.
It is a bore fest fight.
It's a pure chess match, not a.
It's a really bad fight.
But you never know. Sometimes one of those works out to be the best of all because it actually goes off.
I don't know.
I think for a purist, it'd be
for
worth
purist,
watching. For ourselves, it'd be brilliant because the analysis.
But I don't think there's much. I think it's all about
the average punter's probably not going to punt for that.
Fantastic footwork. Devin Haney, fantastic footwork. They're going to cancel each other out. So I don't think there'll be many punches thrown either.
Yeah,
they'll be dancing. But going back to the Devin Haney Prograis fight, sold out San Francisco the first time in however many years. Big 16,000 people there. Eddie Hearn was expecting to sell 8,000 tickets. So it was a really good event by all accounts for.
Well, I think Haney has got quite a big following considering the style of boxing.
Yeah,
and I think since he's become undisputed because he's done the hard way to go to the backyard.
It's nice that he's going to these new cities as well. Like I said, I think it's been 25 years since.
Well, I have a lot of respect that he went to the Oz and fought Kambosos, isn't it? Which I think, and in winning it like that, you've got to have a lot of respect for.
God, yeah. But I think he's got one more. He's got another fight with Matchroom. So that's why I think they want the Ryan Garcia fight. I mean, that's a mega fight in Vegas or Madison Square Garden. I think it'll go to Vegas.
Both of them have got huge following, so that's a huge
unless
fight.
Unless the Saudis come in.
Yeah, and, disrupt it.
Yeah. So no, there's huge fights at... I know it as the light welterweight division, just junior lightweight division, I think they call it now, is it, or something? I
think it depends which boxing authority you're reading. They have different names, so it's confusing now.
But no, he seems to be getting better and better, Devin Haney. Mm-hmm. He really does seem to be getting better. I think he's improved a
bit. Like I said, he looks like he's learned from the Lomachenko fight because there's some of those tricks where like he's borrowed from.
Yeah, I mean, if he had a one punch knockout power, then wow, he'd be one scary man.
Well, then I think you're looking at he can get to not years in that, but he could get to the likes of Oh man, then Terence Crawford. I think if he had that punching power, then he can get to that level.
He's 25.
Yeah, he's got the time to
He's
learn.
still a young man. Let's not forget, most of these boxers peak when they're 30.
Yeah.
He's got 5 years.
Well, I think he's also getting into his size, isn't it?
Yeah.
Because like I said, at 135, he looked way more comfortable at 140.
Yeah,
he's been there forever.
I mean, he could go up
and
to...
Prograis is a good fighter.
He could go up to like middleweight in the next 5 to 6 years.
It's who you're hitting at. If Crawford and co move out the way, then I think he's got a good chance of there.
Yeah.
I think Crawford's the best.
I mean, like you say, have a couple of fights at the 140
I
pound.
think he's got enough there. There's Garcia, Lopez, Catterall, probably some of these others, because I don't know how big. Yeah, Barboza,
good fighter,
unbeaten,
really good fighter.
Haven't seen Russell. Subriel Matias, he's lost one.
Mateus, he's a good fighter.
They've still got Josh Taylor, but I don't think he's really in that.
Josh Taylor's not.
Until
Josh Taylor redeems himself and fights Jack Catterall, he's off the radar as far as I'm concerned.
Yeah.
He was lucky to get a fight with Lopez. Really lucky.
If he'd have won that, then he were in the thing, but he didn't.
Yeah, but he did. I mean, he did beat Prograis, didn't he?
I think he's been
a couple of years
before, didn't he?
A couple of years ago, yeah. It was in that like a Super 6 tournament.
The problem is I've seen him fight Catterall. My memory of him fighting Catterall, and it's ruined it for me. And I just don't like him since then.
I'll be dead honest. I hadn't watched Josh Taylor a lot. I know he spent most of his time in America fighting, and like I say, the first proper fight I watched him with was Catterall, and I come away going, "What's all the fuss about this guy?"
Well, do you know, when I was watching it, I was trying to work out which one's which, because I was like, that's the underdog winning there, isn't it? He's the one acting like the undisputed guy. And the other one is
just like, he's nothing special.
No. And against Lopez, he wasn't.
No.
And it wasn't like, you could see him redeem or whatever. You just thought Lopez is a better fighter.
Yeah.
In all the things.
So.
And Catterall just, But that was an entertaining fight with Catterall. I know we saying he was boring, but that wasn't his boring tippy-tappy. It was quite good. And he gave him quite a lot of damage and stuff in it. I mean, you got to give Taylor credit. He stayed in it. I think a fair few fighters would have got knocked out by Catterall there. The amount of damage he gave him.
Just get the rematch on and hurry up. I think
so. There's a few fights there, isn't there?
Yes.
Lopez.
Yeah. I think, like I say,
Catterall.
I think Eddie Hearn, from hearing him on other platforms, they're going to try and make the Ryan Garcia fight. I think DAZN might want that fight as well, and it's a big fight in Vegas. Ryan Garcia is a big name. He's on the rebuild, but throw him in with like a Devin Haney. It's a good fight. It really is a good fight.
Yeah, I'd want to watch it.
No, yeah. I mean, like I say, I like Ryan Garcia. I think he's a great fighter. I think he's got the worst promoters in the world with Oscar De La Hoya.
I don't think that's done him any favors.
Jesus.
Obviously, you have the Mexicana following or whatever he's from. What is he? Ryan Garcia, Costa Rican, or is he? But he's got the Hispanic sort of following.
Yeah, I mean, having Oscar De La Hoya.
You carry on. I'll Google.
What was he like tweeting that we don't think he's right mentally, and that was like an hour before the fight. And shaking his head at him at the weigh-in. Man.
He's only 25 as well, isn't he? So he's got age on his side.
Like you say, you got two young fighters there that it's a really good fight. But yeah, he does remind me of Amir Khan, Ryan Garcia.
He's born in California, isn't he?
Yeah. He is American. That Garcia name, isn't it? I think there must have been about 500 boxers named Garcia.
Yeah, that's the other problem.
And Lopez.
So the fact that his name is stuck out of it is quite good.
Yeah.
And to be fair for Tiafimo as well, he's got his name out of the crowd, isn't it? So yeah. I think that's a good fight. I think. And then Tank, do you think, comes up at one of them?
Possibly.
What have I done there?
Possibly.
But there's quite a lot there, isn't it? So
I think the guys in the lower division are going to see what happens before they think about moving up.
I think Shakur needs to clean out that one before he goes.
Yeah.
The problem with him is he's got the same issue, isn't he? He's like a Cattrall. He's dangerous, so you don't want to fight him. But he hasn't got a big enough name where you want to fight him because it's lucrative enough.
I'd say,
and his last fight didn't help him.
I know it didn't help, but I'd say he's the best in the division.
I think he's the best in the division as well. Hard as that is to say.
He is the best.
But Lomachenko's injured though.
Bloody Lomachenko.
No, I think Shakur probably beats him as well.
Yeah, I think Shakur's just...
I think he's got enough of everything.
He's an absolute... He's a superstar.
Yeah.
Well, a superstar in the making.
Yeah, I think he's got a few steps to go.
Yeah.
He needs to clean that out, get undisputed. Then he can look at 140 and step up. And then if Haney and co do that, then he's got to fight there against whoever's king of that division.
Like I say, that them two divisions are lightweight and the light welterweight. Red hot divisions.
Who's a 147 now then? Crawford's the king, but obviously the one belt's been stripped. But if he's looking at going up. What's his name? Who did he fight?
Conor Ben, mate.
Oh, is that on now?
From what I've heard, that fight it was meant to be. I think Eddie Hearn will announce a Conor Ben fight in the next week. And I don't think it's going to be Chris Eubank Jr.
I don't think it's going to be Chris Eubank.
No. From listening to Eddie Hearn, good mate of mine. Spoke to him on the phone yesterday. So, yeah, but I mean, there's some big fights out. We seem to have, because of what happened with Conor Ben, we seem to have forgotten about him, but he's got some big fights in his future. It'd be interesting to see.
It will be. Well, the Eubank one is the one, obviously for UK ones, it'd be hyped up, isn't it? I think against the other people.
I mean, Eubank Ben is a mega fight.
Yeah.
In the UK.
Yeah.
Mega fight.
Which is why you think they do, because it's a big payday. I'm not sure there's a bigger payday in UK level anyway.
But that's the thing I think with Chris
Eubank. The stepping stone to the next
I think
one.
it's with Chris Eubank Jr. He's saying, well, I'm worth 20 million, and I think he's only been offered 8 mil. I think it's his biggest payday ever, but he's just priced himself out of it because he's just arrogant and horrible.
It is what it is, isn't it? Not our problem. Although it'd be good to see that fight.
It really would.
Okie dokie.
Really, really would.
So, yeah.
But yeah, Devin Haney goes...
Garcia, we think.
Yeah, and he also goes number 3 pound for pound for me as well.
Nah.
Yeah.
No. Above. Go on then, let's watch your...
Crawford.
Yep, I agree.
In a way.
Yep.
Haney.
Usyk.
Usyk's number 4 now.
Usyk's number 3. For me, anyway. I think Haney gets into the top 10. I'm not sure he goes, but I think Bivol's still better. I think there's other people. Canelo's still there for what they've done. Better Biev, I think, is there. Although pound for pounds they can be in, but I don't think there's any beating them. Maybe Bivol beats him, but
No,
I think the usual suspects are still there. But I think he's in the conversation. I think he's in the top 10.
I think Haney's up there.
I think you
now.
need to do a bit more to go higher than that.
Possibly.
I think the top three are the top 3. I don't think you can knock out Usyk because he hasn't done anything wrong for that bit. And I think after the fight that happens, hopefully in February, we can make that judgment.
Let's hope so.
Yeah, we can have that debate of whether he's number 3 or not.
Usyk will be number 1.
Well, if Inoue wins in
Boxing Day,
then
isn't it? Yeah,
and he's 2-weight undisputed.
Wow.
No, 3-weight. 3-weight. And Crawford would be if he does his fight with Charlo, isn't it? And Sticko, or what are the others? He could clean that out and be 3-weight.
Yeah.
Because he's already 4-weight.
I think what I'm hearing with Crawford, I don't know whether it's true or not, is that Spencer's activated the rematch clause.
I had seen a thing, but I think they were saying at 154. And then he said at 147. And he said, no, if we're going to fight, it's the same at 147. Yeah. And I don't know whether they've progressed on that or not. Because I think the better for Spence would be to go back to 154. And
yeah, better for Spence, but not for Crawford.
I think for Crawford, yeah, it's one of the big fights.
Yeah.
Crawford is probably. I mean, if you're him, you're going to be pretty confident you're going to win again.
Crawford doesn't even need to fight again.
Really?
He doesn't, does he? Let's
No.
be honest. He's going down as an all-time great, and he doesn't really need to fight again. So
I think he's only making his pension plan fight.
yeah. But no,
But
yeah.
that will be big money fight, obviously.
Yeah, good though.
Okie dokie, should we call it there? That's
Yeah.
our sort of...
February, March next year, I think, is when you'll see the big fights in them two divisions.
Yeah, well, I think we
Like
got the other
welterweight.
divisions out the way, which we're going to do in our next episodes.
Yeah.
Okay, thank you very much. Like,
Cheers.
comment, have a look at our other videos. We have got one on Maxi and Cambosis, if you want to see what we thought of Cambosis.
Yeah.
Like and subscribe as well. Okay, thank you. See you in the next
See you now.
episode.